Diggity dog. Breaking. 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 Diggity dog.
Alright, my darlings, hello everybody, it's my yard is here, and we're going to break it down when it comes to the 2K22, the new hit list trailer. I broke down the video 70 minutes long, but I want to hear your feedback at this time as we go through it bit by bit, because there is plenty of things to discuss, to be honest. It's not a cut and dry sort of thing on it. We will go through little by little. There's tons of new feature. I'm going to get the media briefing up as well. I forgot to do that. Let me do that now. Soccer. Because there's 10 features they've given out. Oh, the hair on Drew is weird. It's also weird on Seth as well. Some hairstyles I don't think have been sorted yet, whereas other hairstyles have worked. Like Bailey's is pretty decent as far as we can tell. We'll see how it affects itself in a gameplay perspective. Goldberg looks phenomenal. I can understand why in the trailer they used him twice. Same animations for the moves though, which is a bit problem. And we'll go into the control scheme as well shortly too, because I'm not happy with the control scheme, to be blunt. But we don't know how the gameplay works yet. If they're saying they've changed the gameplay engine, then maybe that's the control scheme that's needed. But certainly 2K20's control scheme was complicated enough already, and they're just making it worse, I think. B-Man, I doubt it with the graphic quality. I cannot see it happening to be on the Switch. It could, but when you know that the so when the 2K18 was it that came out on Switch was a bona fide disaster. Yeah, that's unlikely it's going to happen. Good spot for people spotting Buddy Murphy, if it is Buddy Murphy in the My Rise little clip there. Creative Superstars, they look a bit shiny. A jackhammer that is still the same jackhammer. The show move animations, we want to see some new animations. The dodge is not enough in my opinion. The lighting, the particle effects on Goldberg is fantastic as well on that. There's no question about it. My issue is this hit list saying we've updated more updates in January, and they're promising a redesigned gameplay engine. The trailer didn't show that off. In all honesty, they showed the camera angle being changed, so it's closer. It's a bit more. You see, the closer camera angle I'm okay with from a gameplay perspective. That's fine. It takes you out the immersion element a little bit though. From it doesn't look like a TV product. I doubt they'll be importing music repented, and there hasn't been for years. That'll be a copyright issue. I doubt that'll be playing into the ball, but who knows? It's unlikely though. The most important. This is from the media blurb. The most important change in 2K22 is in the engine itself. Visual Concepts redesigned the gameplay animation engine from the ground up to make every dive, kick out, and finisher feel as real as if players were sitting ringside at WrestleMania. Well, that Dominator is an old animation as far as I remember, and that Dominator didn't look to me like jaw dropping. It just looked samey, you know. We need to do a spreadsheet as well for the roster. We will get the good old fashioned spreadsheet out for that. New controls, right? Let's. I talked about this in the main video, but I want to talk about this from a people perspective as well. So here is WWE 2K20's control scheme. I'm just about to bring up. Let me grab the additional monitor. I want a display capture. I don't want that one. No, don't want that one. I want that one. Yeah, that's the one. Cool. Right. Yeah. Damn it with Premiere Rush. Yeah. Right, that'll work. Properties. Add a filter. Add a filter. Add a filter. We will crop it just so we can get away of the extra bits, because you don't need to see this. Let's go 55, 155, 555, 555. No, 155, 555, 555. That'll work. Right. Let's get this into perspective. So we want the camera. There. Boom. Right. Right. Here's my issue. Let's put that at the top. Let's see if we can get that. God damn it, 2K, making the things too big. Media source. Controls. Display capture. Oh, there we go. Right, that's better. My issue with the control scheme, for the most part, is that it's near enough identical. 24 seconds is a toggle. Yeah, so they're showing the LBRB up here. In fact, this is a better location to actually show everything better. They're showing basic, but there'll be advanced stuff like weapon, like Hell in a Cell matches, cage matches. There's been 2K have had multiple control buttons. It's even in 2K20, so I wouldn't worry. These toggles aren't fluctuating. The key notice is, oh, you can see my mouse actually. Run button, same run button. Pick up object. Moving the superstar, same. Taunts are the same. The key difference is, instead of making it X and A and YB for OMG and finishes and stuff like that, and in some cases RB and it was RB and Y for OMG moments, have replaced it by using the RT trigger plus a combination button. But when you factor in running or multiple finishes from the same position, hi James, I kind of doubt that it's going to be complicated to pull off certain running maneuvers. It's complicated enough already, and also will depend on hit detection and stuff like that as well. Having a dodge button, which we see in the footage, I can just go a little bit forward here. This bit here, the dodge, even though it pops up for a brief frame, you can see the Y button there for counter. There's an actual dodge button. Maybe they're trying to make it, in terms of gameplay perspective, making strikes less powerful and making sure that the grapples are the key aspect to it, which I'm totally fine with. I'm a bit worried about having two separate buttons for attacks. I don't see the need for strikes and light and heavy attack when the holding button was fine. And I also think having a button for the grapple instead of analog stick is a little bit of an issue, in my opinion, as well. We'll see how many options we get from the grapple position. Maybe we get 8 different grapples depending on the direction. Just it would be for ease of use, using the right analog stick in different directions to perform different grapples. So it's too early to tell when it comes to that. Too early to tell. The reversal button and the hold button is a bit odd. Yes, Weller is absolutely right in saying that we discovered this. I'll get into this. Bobby Lashley. So Bobby Lashley, the bottom left. Let me move this out the way. Let's turn you off. Come here, Bobby Lashley. Come here, Bobby Lashley. Let's maximize you. Yeah, the big thing is these bars. And it is just for a split second. You see the bars disappear. Bobby has 3 and does the signature, and it drops it down to 0. But there's also a momentum style bar at the bottom, which when the move hits, increases that bar. So is that ×1 a signature and is about to change to a finisher before it cuts off? It could be. It could be representing one finisher already. But we don't know what the 3 little white bars are. So we're in a complicated situation. That dodge is Mike Tyson's taunt. It doesn't look like the anime. You can't a taunt to dodge a strike from a no. That looks to me like a new animation. It could have been based off of the Mike Tyson sort of taunt, but no, that's a proper, like almost a reversal. I mean, the No Mercy controls have been sort of around. I mean, here comes the pain controls. Basically, you do initial grapple and then perform the big grapple. I think this sticky grapples, you always want it to be staggered. That's personally my thing. They've done it both ways, where quick grapples were just a quick grapple, 1 of 4 grapples, and then you could do the more powerful ones if you spent the extra step. Ka-ching! So, yeah, that's just one of those things on it. The pin system, you see, because of this animation, it looks like a repeat of the Dominator in the previous game. And don't get me wrong, the attire for Chad Gable looks great. I do like the layout for the HUD. I'm just worried that it's that they're focused on so much that they may not be decent enough. Well, it's too early until we get our hands on it. The showcase, blah blah blah, is pretty much Rey Mysterio without saying it's Rey Mysterio, isn't it? My GM mode. Yeah, there is some SVR vibes to it. Having the GM mode, you can spectate, which is or even play the match, which is what you want in a GM mode, is to be able to actually watch the matches, not just have it as a simulation. Do like the HUD scheme on that. Booking shows. I don't know what these power cards are. This could be anything. We'll wait and see what that causes. Journal's obviously a history, but this is week 1, so it wouldn't be available. And the ratings comparing yourself to another show. I'll be getting AEW, but AEW is going to be at least another year by the sounds of things, so let's just wait and see. Well, mobile finishes regular is what you would think for it. But it's weird to have that in your yellow box. Is that just meaning one signature? Or is it meaning finishers? Because I would have assumed it'd be in the red box, but because 6 have historically been yellow. But again, could be changing the colour scheme on that. So yeah, it could be a finisher. Now, the move hadn't hit yet. And we don't see the number change. So that number could change to 2 or who knows what. But I reckon it's unlimited counters at the moment anyway. Roman looks alright. I don't like the hair. I think the hair, again, is on some of the guys off-putting. My faction as well. You see this cutscene for my faction? It feels out of place. It almost feels like this was intended for 2K20 at one point, just because of how the ember, the gold lava, or whatever you want to call it. It feels like that was a 2K20 designed to go with the boiler room scene that was in the 2K20 and the My Career stuff. It looks out of place compared to the other field, because you see this. All metallic and heavy and stuff, and then you see this is all light and dandy. It's a complete mismatch of styles. Maybe that'll change. Ka-ching. We can see Drew here. We can see, is that Apollo? The Miz, MVP, Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, Rey Mysterio, Dominic is in there as well. That's a very shiny Dominic outfit. Very, very shiny. Kaylee Ray, yes. Raquel Gonzalez, Jacqueline Wilde, Austin Theory's in the... Is he in this bit? No, there's Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate. No, they're saying, is that... Which one? Oh, yeah, they're saying this guy here. SmackTalk's reacted to this fact, and I agree after slowing the footage down. You don't see the face, but it very much looks to me that that would be Buddy Murphy. Their Buddy's no longer in the company. Whether he'll be in the game or not remains to be seen. Is that the reason why they've held him back a bit? There's Kaylee Ray. Took me a while. I needed Elle's help on that one. I should have known, but because the face was blocked, I couldn't see it. Yeah, of course it says KALL here. Just being daft. Yeah, it's possible the different button combination means you could have multiple signatures stored. Yeah, that is a possibility, regular. I'm not liking... You see the hair here on Raquel? It's not... I'm annoyed by it. The hair could be so much better. And it looks to be on certain people, but not on others. We don't really see much of universe mode. That's literally all we get to see. That's nothing. Dice Baby, I want to point out here for the username. There's another one up here. If we go back, it's pretty early on. I think it was in the control button. The Boogeyman. The Boogeyman. Nightmare. What else do we see? You see the pads and stuff. I hope this is a playable arena, by the way, because there's a ladder here that makes you think, oh, it's playable. What's also weird, actually, is these look to be like scaffolding bits, like slats. So, like, you can't rest on it. You have to, like, be in the gap. So they're really, really being careful. And then they fall to their death. Or maybe not. Bear in mind, the game's out in March, so we've got 4 months if around that sort of time frame on it. Equation 3. I mean, the text layouts and stuff, with the shininess, at the minute, I'm a bit wary of. There seems to be a lot of sweat physics, which is not a bad thing. There's the jackhammer. Roman doing the jackhammer. The hair is just... It's not as bad, but you see it here with Drew. And the hair is just going through his back completely. And then we get an explosion. Whereas Goldberg obviously doesn't have hair. The facial hair, on point. The particle effects and everything else is... I mean, there's a reason why they've been using him. He's one of the best looking guys in the game. Yes, t-shirts is definitely something we're going to go through. Because I need to get the spreadsheet of death out in a minute. I don't really get to see anything there. Now, who have we got? Who's... Alright. So you've got Shayna Baszler here. You've got Head of Entertainment. You've got Roman. There's Cesaro. Is that just the Viking Raiders or whatever they want to call themselves? And could that be... I would say it would be... I would guess what could be Natalia? I want some closer. There's so many t-shirts on this one. Right, let me get the spreadsheet of death out and let's go through this. Well, considering how bad 2K20 was for Creative Superstars, yes, but bear in mind a lot of cool stuff was also done for it also. Boom, 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 boom. I need... Oh, where's my spreadsheet thing? Come on, find it. Yeah, here we go. On a spreadsheet. I'll move it to one side for the moment. And then I'll get it. No! Different window. Different window. There we go. Right. Let's start right at the beginning of the trailer. And we'll go from there, and we'll just take each bit by bit, because we might see something with Rafe as well, of course. Because obviously, we have Rey Mysterio. Uh-oh, what have I done? I kind of reversed what I just did. Rey Mysterio. Ricochet. Who else? Right. Can we see any t-shirts in that design? Probably not. Right, Goldberg, of course. I'm copying music, video, that's great. Right, redesign gameplay engine. Right. We know Shayna Baszler's in it for the cutscenes, so that's Shayna Baszler. I can't. Shayna. Let's just go Shayna because I can't. Entertainment Roman Reigns. Right. Oh, we know Seth freaking Rollins is in the game, of course, as well, but the t-shirts are there too. And we know Jeff Hardy because he's in this cutscene with the new look. Looking good, actually. I want to point that out. Kofi Kingston, looking good. New hairstyle. Okay, break down the superstars first. Alright, fine. Referee 5.0. Big E and Montez Ford. Ah, no. There we go. Big E. Montez Ford. Liking the text, it's clear as day. Edge. He sees clearly. There's also Nia Jax and Tamina t-shirts there, which we'll just, for the sake of issue, we'll put them in. Just because they're clean. Scroll through. Oh, Bianca Belair, which we know is going to pop up in the GM bit. Here is Bayley. I do notice AJ Styles, yep, absolutely the right Weller. There is also a bit of there's Charlotte Flair there with a t-shirt. That guy's unhappy. I mean, he must be thinking it's still 2K20. I mean, and you can see the videos, so Xavier Woods obviously in the game as well. Alright. Hurt Business, so you assume all the Hurt Business will be in there. We know Bobby Lashley. We know Chad Gable. We know MVP's in there. We know, well, we're assuming Hurt Business will be fine. Austin Theory t-shirt. We're seeing Finn Balor. We know there's Dominic Mysterio as well. The detail on Hardy looks great. We also assume having Hurt Business t-shirts, we would have Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. Again, for that same reason. Let's scroll through. There's probably little t-shirts. Oh yeah, the Miz is confirmed. So is Dolph Ziggler. So is Robbie Roode. We'll come across them in a brief moment. Showcase, bleh. Right, Tamina, we've had Tyler Bate, Wackowin Wild, and Samoa Joe. That's 31 already. Alright, so who have I got? Apollo. I've not put Drew in either, actually. 33. Kevin Owens. We've not put Kevin Owens in. Actually, Robert Roode hasn't been confirmed, has he? Because he's... I was thinking of Robert Roode in that picture. It's actually Kevin Owens. Oh, well. You're not confirmed yet. Roode. Right, this is where we see Mustafa Ali. that's him. That's probably our guy, maybe. Is it? Maybe it's Chris Danger. Or is it Austin Theory? Is that... We know that's Seth. Okay. Let's get Mr. Farley. And then we're assuming... Came from the previous trailer, absolutely. Buddy Murphy. Roster can still change. Until they do the official roster reveal, we are, even in footage, might change their minds. Right. Well, we know Raquel Gonzalez. Oh, Austin Theory because it says all day. Cool. Kaylee Ray. The attires on the girls, just in close up, they look great. The lighting has helped them. It's just this hair is just... It's just off again. It's 2K20 hair. So I'm hoping the models will get their hairs changed because it just looks bad. Look. You see the good hairstyles, and then you see this, and you're like, could be so much better. Diggity dog. The same for Drew. Like I said, with Drew's, it's a bit off as well. Let's see if we Monday Mayaraja. We've got. Don't hinder Jinder because it's Jinder frickin' Mahal. Is here. We've got Modern Maharaja t-shirt here. Shinsuke Nakamura, of course. T-shirt there as well. Yeah, we had Ken confirmed in the previous trailer. Hopefully it's not been removed. It's head of the tables. And then we don't really see anything else. Other than I'm assuming that that's a Viking Raiders t-shirt here. Basil looks alright. It's just the longer hairs again have just been scary. Like we had this issue when we were seeing the 2K20 trailers months before, and we're saying like the hair doesn't look right. Short hair seems to be great. Long hair has not had a chance yet. I just hope we get a fight out here because this would be a very nice arena to sort of Day of Reckoning-esque. One thing to talk about my faction actually is they said that they are doing virtual currency. They are doing microtransactions for this single player mode, and I'm okay with that. But as I said in the original video, I would have thought from a microtransaction point of view to generate income, it would also apply for skins and stuff for online multiplayer matches as well. Just a cosmetic change, just like Fortnite, having the skins of particular superstars that nearly get approved and then get put on, would have made absolutely more sense. So we'll know more about my faction later on in January, but it's a bit odd. I'm annoyed that they're calling this My Rise. I don't think there was any need to call this My Career. There was no need to call this My Rise. I think it's a terrible, terrible name. I don't think there was, just call it what it is. Or you know what, even better, instead of My Rise, call it My Story. You know, it's your story of becoming like. It's story mode. I don't think as much as having a Rey Mysterio career would be great, because that means this is a problem actually, because Rey's career, they'll be able to maybe do some WCW matches, but obviously Chavo's in AEW, or was in AEW, and Chavo was his first WWE match, wasn't it? So they'll do Ray Eddie at Halloween Havoc, I would guess, and then combo that with he can't do his first world title win because that's Angle. As Angle and Orton. Angle might have done paid for individual legend status actually, so ignore that. That triple threat might still play a part. Ray versus Shawn Michaels at the tribute show. So there will be decent matches on there. I just think there's probably going to be some matches omitted, which is to be expected. Maybe there's some matches that were included and now had to be omitted, of course, as well. And GM mode, I'm hoping if they've got all the functionality that the SVR games had, they'll be fine. There's not going to be any issues. There won't be any issues whatsoever. The issue will be if they can't get up to the standard that the SVR games had for my GM, or for GM mode, then don't bring it out until it's done that. So from the looks like it's great, and we could have some massive fun, and creators going to have some great fun with this. We'll just have to see it also from the perspective, are we able to do this just single player, or could we do this online like co-op style? There's remote play, I guess, but being able to do it without having to stream it alongside one another would make sense. I know you can't do a race showcase without the 22 triple threat. Be pointless. You would have the John Cena one where he wins the title for the Miz and then loses it again to Cena the same night, only for then CM Punk to come in. Oh, can't do that. Oh well. Here's the controls. That's the controls are my biggest drawback. Absolutely. I don't. We'll find out how many strikes they're putting into the game. But let's say there was normal X and then 4 directions. That's 5 light attacks, 5 heavy attacks. But you had the hold X button before. It just seems like a waste of a button. I mean, Vicky being in AEW, not necessarily. I mean, it's a Legends contract. I mean, who knows? I wouldn't, just because Vicky's in AEW doesn't mean a thing. That Vicky Guerrero is completely separate to Eddie Guerrero in terms of character. It'll all depend on the estate, which is her, of course, whether she decides that's the thing. Because they're not. That's Eddie Guerrero's not hyping up AEW. Remember. So who knows? We'll see. It'd be disappointing if Eddie wasn't in the game, of course. But the Creative Superstar guys will have their work cut out to do everything. The dodge climb button. So like you've got the same button to climb a structure, or climb a ladder, or climb the cell. Or if assuming a cell and cage matches are in the game, they obviously should be, but just in case. The moves I'm hoping are going to be decent. But they said to us in a conference call that there was 30,000 existing animations and they have added 5,000 more animations. So there's 5,000 new animations. Now bear in mind we've got this new block system and dodge system, plus new animations which would include taunts and entrances and stuff. Hopefully that's enough new stuff to get the juices flowing. Certainly with new characters you're going to need new finisher animations and stuff done. That's a little thing bit that I'm worried about regular, is that not having the analog stick means potentially the grapples are going to be less of. Maybe there's going to be holding for more stronger grapples as well. That screen doesn't give us enough information other than RTA plus LT potentially plus a modifier button to choose the first or the second one is annoying. Yeah, that. My hunch, Ishan, is similar. Is they've changed the camera angle to be very close up to make it more into, like it's less of a simulation game, despite using the same animations. Because you're getting closer into the action. Whereas the simulation games you were aiming for, you know, the ring positioning and stuff and make it as look authentic as possible. This is putting you straight in as close as possible. I'm kind of worried that the camera angle being in that close proximity as well could also cause an issue for Irish whips and stuff because it's not a straight plane. It's at an angle. You see how it's diagonal? I'm a bit worried that's going to have an issue. Don't get me wrong, if they do cut scene angles like this, that's alright. I think that was just added into from theatre mode. Yeah, it's added in from, I would assume, from theatre mode. Oh yeah, clearly. Look at this. Look at the ratio difference. Well, I don't think dodge. I mean, could also be used for Irish whip. We don't even know what the Irish whip button is yet. That's a big craziness. We don't know. We do not know. Here's so you've got controls, moves, which will obviously tell you about signatures, finishers, I imagine. Combos, moves and combos. Now that's very Battlegrounds. So maybe we get options here. We have highlight reel, which is good. Options, match rules, control assignment, being backwards is great. Having combos as its own section, which never needed it before because it was literally spamming the light strike button, which means there has to be combinations between light and heavy attacks. That sort of flares alarm bells. So for those that have played the S3R games and when we went into the extreme fighting styles of when you had brawler and grappler and hardcore and stuff, and the brawler had the unblockable strike combos where it was just a free cut combo. It made them stagger as soon as you hit the first one, and that was ding 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 ding. Pretty much you did all the damage that way. I'm worried that these combos are going to be the same sort of thing. I don't think it will, but they are focusing on the fighting element. Wrestling games are about grapplers. If we were wanting to do like Tekken or Street Fighter or Virtua Fighter, grapples are a sort of secondary nature, but it's a fighting game. This could make the combos could also be comboing into grapples. It doesn't necessarily mean it could be strikes. The Battlegrounds were the same for that as well. And WWE All Stars, more importantly, had combo grapples with some of their superstars. So let's not just assume it's just going to be strikes. But you have two different buttons for X and A's, and you know what combos are like. You combo the face buttons. And if they're trying to focus on the combos, that would make sense why the grapple button is in there, because they are wanting you to use the face buttons to perform said combos. You couldn't get that away if you're doing strikes and an analog stick, because that would get confusing. So from that perspective, I get the grappling system. I just worry that the grappling system will have moves disappeared on it. Maybe each hit will be able to reverse in a combo. It certainly looks like it's unlimited counters. We've discussed this before. There's no counter bars. The bar, I feel like it would be way too small if that was converted into 4. Like in the games when it has 2 bars, the 3 bars, the 4 bars for counters. It just extends it. It just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't make the size different. So I think it's unlimited counters. Combos might be chain wrestling. Nah, because if it was chain wrestling, it would be in its own sort of subsection. I would say it would have been up. It wouldn't be talking about it in the controls, not for chain grapples. My hunch is the combos are doing something, something, something with these 3 main buttons. And that's why they've changed it to the face buttons. That's the big hunch. And I'll probably make a video explaining that's my assumption on it. I can be well off left field and be completely wrong on that. But that would make the most sense. And then you can have combos with comboing into a finisher. I would say certainly this bottom bar. Let me get to Bobby Lashley because that's going to be the easiest way. So the yellow bar I would assume is momentum as well, because that when this does damage, you see the kick, it goes up a little bit and goes back up even more when he hits the Dominator fully. So that would be my guess as well. It's what these are for, these little white bars. It's this, because all 3 bars disappear when the Dominator is connecting. So that's the key of what causes that. That completely disappears. Why do you need like 3 of these? Is this for like a payback situation where you can activate your paybacks as well, if those are needed, but if you hit a sig, the paybacks aren't needed? I don't know. It's that's the big question on that. You can still see up here as well the signature touch, 5-star ratings and everything are still in there. Yeah, the Warzone's button combos, people don't realise it was atrocious. Attitudes was a little bit better, but still atrocious. I doubt we're going to be anywhere close on that. They want the pick up and play bit, but they're not showing the pick up and play because they're showing us old animations and just the animations, nothing to do with the actual gameplay. Let me just get. I'm worried that the Irish whip functionality, because of the placement, is going to be atrocious to whip properly. Oh, the Dominator is definitely a sig. The reason I'm going with that is you see RT and X pop up here. That could only be, well, at the same time though, could the RT and X also mean it's Chad Gable being able to hit his signature at the same time? My hunch would be the times 1 is a finisher. The fact that it's in yellow now and not red is confusing me. But it could be signature storages, but all 3 signatures, all 3 bars go. Like, all 3 go. And then the problem is they cut it as well, so we don't really see the whole bar disappear. There's also a pin combo potentially as well. Boom. And then cuts out before we get to see anything else. So but we see body damage being impacted. We see the health bar go down, and the momentum bar goes up. And pausing it even on this frame, this looks like a screenshot rather than motion, which is a benefit for them. That whether this is going to be on next gen or not, I don't know, but that really makes it pop. Dun, dun, dun. Showcase. I'm assuming the stars here are champions. That would make sense because it had Roman Reigns, Asuka, Drew McIntyre, Finn maybe for NXT. They're all draft picks. He could have been US champion and Intercontinental champion at this time as well. That would be my guess. Is the classes probably irrelevant to be honest. Or maybe there is something having different classes face off in GMO causes more. The cost, the popularity. Drew's only Roman Reigns at 43. Ooh, naughty, naughty, naughty. Simulate the show. 1 million fans are starting with, so it's back to the old classic style as well. You have to fill the yellow, which fills the blue, and once all 3 are blue, you will have a Finn. I mean, yeah, possible. That could be the case. I think it also have something to do with the paybacks as well. Those blue bars. But I mean, let's wait until January on it, because otherwise, when did the paybacks happen? Then there has to be some sort of icon. Because bear in mind, in the games before, the payback bar would go up, and up. Well, that's the thing, Ishan. We don't know if we got a Finn because it stops as the move hits. The animation still wasn't fully finished yet. It is possible that it could have jumped the number up after it. Or maybe signatures no longer give finishes. That could also be the case. That is a genuine point to make out on that. Weird thing about the pin is any analog stick button, when in the control schemes it said, let me just point this out. Get this control scheme up. Pin was R down the way. Reposition opponent, which is obviously for side grapples, corner and stuff. I want to know the Irish whip. With the stick being the new pin button, there maybe Well, it's not just the pin button, it's repositioning them as well. Usual turning them left, right, and for back and forward grapples, and then upside down as well. And obviously picking them up. I assume RSR would pick them up still. Yeah, possible that Bobby only gets one finisher as well and doesn't get a store to 3. That sucks if you're Bobby Lashley, to be honest. That is very good possibility on that. I don't know. It's all likely as well as it is unlikely. They could go 50 different ways with the control schemes and the icon situation, and could still change when we get to March. WWE All-Stars years ago, when they posted the first trailer at E3, the HUD and everything completely changed 5 months later. So again, take it with a pinch of salt at the moment. Don't know what the referee's looking at. Like, he's literally looking away. And then in literally one frame, one frame, he goes 100 miles an hour. Honestly, what the hell, Slender Man? What? That's literally just in the space of like 2-3 frames. In 2 frames. How the hell? Like that is that needs to be sorted, 2K. I don't think anyone spotted that before. Oh, is that a Liv Morgan t-shirt up there? Looks like it. Oh, looks like a Lynn t-shirt. Let's just add that to the list. Boom, boom, boom. Surprisingly not. They did show Brock early, didn't they? So Brock is definitely in the game. The stunning graphics, right. Slowing this down and pausing it. The hair's not right. No, well, the thing with the dodge, I'll get back to it in a second. So, I think when a strike happens, you have the option to press Y to reverse. Well, exactly my point spoken. Where do the paybacks come into play? My hunch would be it's these 3 little bars here. That's where the paybacks come into play. But does that also imply the signatures as well? If all 3 get filled up? Or, this doesn't make sense why you'd be able to do a signature if you're getting your ass handed to you. That doesn't make any sense. The momentum bar has to be the bottom. The bottom is definitely... Let me go again, choose Bobby. This is definitely the momentum bar. Maybe the payback bar, when you do a signature or finisher, you lose your paybacks as a gameplay balancer. But this is definitely the momentum bar. Because look at the damage. The bar goes up. Gets kicked. Goes up. I would say it's payback orientated, and major payback would be free, and when you do a single finisher, you lose your payback. Why would you want to dodge if you could reverse? Because reversals do damage. Maybe dodge... Dodging means you get maybe a guarantee out of it. So, let me just go into here. Y shows up to be the strike was coming, so you could get a chance to reverse it. I think this is a dodge. If it was the reverse animation you get in 2K19, he would have struck back by now on that. Which makes me think it's not that at all. Because he's still in a guard position. So maybe he pressed the dodge button and he's gone straight into a block? Or maybe that's just how the animation works. The strike itself, though, they've gone into theatre mode. Because the head's already underneath and everything. It's about a few frames behind when it goes back to the shot. I mean, the attires are on point. Well, stamina, like I say, it could be payback orientated because... Where are we? These blue bars or white bars, whatever colour you want to call them, the bars stay when Chad gets hit with the move. Okay, so boom, the bars stay there. Whereas Bobby's disappeared as soon as the signature starts. So I would go on the assumption that I feel like the bars are paybacks. There's definitely no stamina. Because you wouldn't lose all your stamina just there. Maybe they're not doing stamina this year. Stamina might have disappeared as well, just like unlimited counters. They're going for a more arcadey style. Because you wouldn't want to have stamina or unlimited or limited counters if you were going more arcadey, would you? So maybe this is the clearest sign that it is focusing more on the arcade style. Now, I've got the press sheet. Here we go. Quoting from the media sheet. The most important change in 2K22 is in the engine itself. It has been redesigned by Visual Concepts, the gameplay and animation engine from the ground up to make every dive, kick out, and finisher feel as real as if players were sitting ringside at WrestleMania. As soon as players pick up the controller, they'll feel the difference. Well, if you're removing stamina, you're removing on limited counters, that would fall into that sort of part. No stamina more versatile limit, it makes it more like a video game and removes the simulation aspect of it. It's more questions than answers, that's for sure. Well, reversals, yes, but stamina. Well, it depends. We also don't know about the ultimate control moves either, because bear in mind, in previous years' games, you'd be able to adjust certain maneuvers and change the back of the power bomb positions and stuff like that. The control scheme does not mention that yet either. It's possible, Fatboy, but the thing with having even Buddy Murphy is Buddy Murphy could still get replaced by a different superstar. There's always that possibility. Until we get the roster reveal, let's not count our chickens just yet. Because bear in mind, he was hidden. You don't really see him. You see what I mean? He created superstar, Ducks, Mustafa Ali, and also here we go, bye bye. But you don't get to see his face at all. You just see his wristband and a tiny bit of the attire. You don't see his face. Yeah, that's a thought. Tired animations. If there's no more stamina, you won't get the sweet chin music to fall or tombstone to fall and stuff like that. Attitude adjustment. You lose those animations if stamina's disappeared. Which I would be disappointed if that disappeared. Actually, who knows? Well, again, we're just speculating. There may not be any. There might still be stamina in the game. The attires are certainly a better feature this year. And it's great to have Kaylee Ray, have another Scotswoman in there. In fact, we're going to have potentially three Scottish women in the game. With Kaylee Ray, Nikki, ASH, and Dewdrop. So, I mean, as a Scotsman, I'm not complaining. I mean, this is a cutscene from my rise, for my career. Well, can I just point out? Give her give her the tequila shot. Is this? I'm guessing storyline related, because this is just a stupid thing to include otherwise. This is such a silly thing. We see an Uso t-shirt, by the way. Let me just add the Usos. Jimmy Uso. Jay Uso. I'm assuming that's Natalia's t-shirt as well. Someone will know. In fact, well, that's Ray's t-shirt, I would imagine. But whose t-shirt is that? Who is you? Like, the game could just assume both competitors decided the match has gone long enough. I mean, it could be damage orientated. It would suck if it's an Adam. Well, it says give her the tequila shot. that's the thing. Give her the tequila shot? It's such a weird sign. Like, someone needs to look up 2K20 and see if that crowd sign is in there. Like, odd. Oh, Jeff logo. Yeah, of course it is. Is there... Oh, yeah, there's the cap. Yeah. Of course it's Natalia. Yeah. That ref is not amused. The eyes seem a bit off with the faces as well. So we'll see how that plays out. Roman looks great. Just the hair is putting me off. Edge looks... There's something... It's almost... He's cross-eyed in this. It just seems off. Yeah, E3 All-Stars was completely different HUDs, so that's what I'm saying. Things can change in a matter of months, so this is not the end. Well, yeah, Nia Jax is here with a t-shirt, but again, 5 months, she may not be in there, she might be, who knows. Certainly if she was appearing in another company, less likely they will try and kick her out if they can. But we don't know. It's obviously been a struggle for 2K to keep up with the releases and stuff. A Shotzi shirt. Oh, who's that shirt? That looks like a Baron Corbin shirt, actually. Or Happy Corbin. Now that looks like King Corbin's crown. That would be my guess. That's already 45 superstars on there. There's Bianca, which we've added already. Actually, no, I have not added Bianca Belair, even though I knew she was in the... I did add her, so where is she? Yeah, she has been added. Go back to the women of the tequila side, right? Let's go back that way. Alright. Shinsuke Nakamura, head thing, Goody O's. I'm the... Yeah. Oh, Asuka's been confirmed for one of the things. Yeah, Asuka's been confirmed because she's in my GM, in the drafting bit. Don't know why I didn't add that, but... she's obviously confirmed. Same for Becky Lynch, of course, as well. Because she's in there too. Tyler Bate. Let's get back into my rise. Let's get into this bit. See, there's t-shirts here. There's a t-shirt here I don't recognize. There's a t-shirt here. There's Shotzi's t-shirt. There's the tank. Yeah, that's absolutely Shotzi. No question, that's a Shotzi t-shirt. But is this white one I don't recognize? There's also another t-shirt here. See if I can get a... Oh, I've not added the Viking Raiders either. Eric and the other Viking Raider. Oh no, Shotzi's definitely here. If I... Yeah, that is definitely there. No question. We're just gonna work at this t-shirt over here. But bear in mind these are moving images, and it's just the sweat. You can see everything. That's normally trailers. It's normally not that great. I don't like the The trousers look off, like it looks very video gamey. They don't look realistic. Same for this generic top for the female migration as well. Oh, it was a good spot. This is the My Faction. I think this was from 2K20. It's just so different in style compared to everything else that they've got in the game. It just feels like it was meant to be something else. It was designed for something else, and they've just kept it in because graphically it doesn't look that impressive. There's an Austin Theory t-shirt. We already seen him in the gameplay, of course. There is bins over here. So it looks like we'll be able to get back into that area again. And obviously, as noted by someone, the new ramp, the new Titantron and everything, which looks stunning. Looks clear as a lovely, lovely whistle. Same for Bailey. Look, you can see the sides and everything. On this day, if I get this in right angle, we can see Michael Cole, we can see Byron, and we can see Corey. Tattoo structure on here is great as well. The visuals, for the most part, is going to look. Depends what legend contracts they've got assigned for people, of course, as well. But yeah, the key things that we can base it on, because I'm going to go shortly, is I don't like the control scheme yet, but if it makes sense that the control scheme is what it is, come on, for the combos, that combo would make sense why that then is in the face grapple if they're going the All Stars route. But these animations aren't designed to go that All-Star route, so yeah, we'll wait and see. Yeah, new BKE logo as well. The look on a lot of guys looks great. The hair still looks iffy on a few of them. Old animations are old animations. Showing them off in a trailer is not the wisest way of doing it. But the camera angle might work. Don't care about showcase. My GM could be decent. My faction, I think won't get used that much, I don't think. My career, if the storyline is okay and it's not repetitive, then we'll be alright. Community creation button when creating a wrestler is interesting. Let's have a look. Community creations, yes. Having that in the create a superstar bit at the beginning for my career, could that mean we could pick someone and use them straight off the bat? Yeah, universe mode this year looks like career mode from the SVL games where you follow a certain superstar. Yeah, there's not much to go on that. Let me just go into here. Where that says superstar main menu, yeah. Edit superstar, superstar info. That might annoy people. Maybe there'll still be an option where you can go back the way and just play, because there's superstar main menu. Maybe you can just do universe normally, or you can just play as one guy and go through a made-up story mode, which might be better for the sort of my career aspects of things more than the my career itself. We've got a few months. I mean, in a month and a half, 2 months' time, we will see the game in action and be more concerned or happy or whatever else. It's a far better trailer than what they did. If this was the trailer they showed us back in April, there wouldn't be that many complaints. There'd still be complaints about the hair, no question, and that they're using the same animations, of which they're still using the same animations. doesn't help the cause. But it's a far bigger improvement this year for the trailer than what's been given previously. But I would love to know else what you guys think as well. I'm going to head off because I need to, well, go, put it bluntly. But I'll be doing videos over the course of the week with what we think are more. And maybe 2K will give us more information, but I very much doubt it. I think it'll be next year before we hear anything else. Thank you very much for watching, guys.